Hello everyone. Welcome in. Hello, Amy and Nightfalls. Oh, yeah, you're damn too late for me to stay up, but I'll certainly be watching the VOD EVOs and Fools. I'll do my best. This is gonna be anything like the Zen stream. Might not go as well, but we're gonna go ahead and try. Yeah. Hey, Amy, what's up? Yeah, another S tier Friday. Yep, totally S tier deck. This is, I think, one of the better, one of the better decks right now, for sure. Yep, stream started. All right, let's go ahead and talk about it. So, Teklo. Tegan has a Teklo Marvel, so I felt obligated to at least attempt to play Teklo on a yearly basis, just to make sure that Tegan has a little bit of hope of using that Marvel Singularity at some point. But yeah, I kind of got inspired by some Teklo talk I was seeing on the Purple Discord. I think I'm kind of copying this list I saw, which is, I think, like a pretty good like Teklo baseline. But the card I actually wanted to add and try out was Talisman of Cremation. Mainly because I've seen like some disgusting things that this could potentially do into Synra, I think is like the main use case for this. But I've also seen some interesting, I guess, like applications into like Gravy, for instance, which I think is like a little bit more niche. But I thought it'd be funny to at least try to get a Talisman Cremation off against a Syndra. Because basically the idea is to like banish both daggers and stuff like that, right? But yeah, that's at least the meme goal for today. I don't know if we're actually gonna pair into Syndra, but yeah, this is my kind of like mostly copy of this list. I think I changed like a couple cards. Like I think I like added the Fiddler Screen, cut down like Scrap Trader and stuff like that. But yeah, we're gonna just play some Teklo, see how it goes. I have not played Teklo in a while. I haven't kept up with the latest Teklo developments, so we're gonna see how this goes. I don't know, but you can like probably win a game with Teklo. It's theoretically possible. But yeah, if you have any Teklo lists you want me to try in the chat or take a look at, let me know. Okay, playing against a Gravy. We just want to go first, right? So we want our mold, which is all. Another thing that's like confusing is like all the molds look very similar. Like the adaptive dissolver and the mold look very identical to me. But yeah, I guess we're gonna go and give it a try. We can try like one cremation against Gravy and see how that goes. Remembrance also, maybe. Let's try the remembrance too. All right, so we want. I don't think it matters, right? Just do. This one is the adaptive dissolver, so I guess we might as well equip this one as well. Okay. Got all of our EVOs online. What are we doing with this hand? We can do nothing currently. I think we're just like overpitching, right? And just like Arsenal the Fate, IPing with the Ripple. I don't mind that. We'll save the Steel Street Enforcement for later, I think. I guess we could also just gun. No, we can't gun yet because it's kind of a bad card, right? Okay. I guess we could also just like fabricate for no value. I think I just want to like cycle towards my EVOs as fast as possible, so like holding on to the Fate and the Ripple I think both make sense. Alright, let's see how this works out for us. Not starting out with an EVO is like a little bit rough, but not the end of the world. Alright, so we got the Compass. Sure. We can beat a Gravy, this is going to be a miracle. Alright, find our tower, which is nice. Probably just going to end up blocking with it, though. So we can actually ripple away this to prevent the gold generation, which I think I'm probably just going to do. I feel like keeping Gravy off gold is probably a good thing. This is from action cards, right? Action card would create one or more tokens, so this will deny the gold generation. Alright, they didn't a yellow anyway, so I guess I look a little silly, but I think, like, in general, if they had an ally there, it's probably worth. I don't think there's also like a trigger we can respond to a chart, right? Like you have to do it before they reveal. Maybe just a little bit unlucky there. Okay. We have one or more EVOs, so we can technically try to kill this chum with the Terminator tank here if we want to. The only issue is I kind of want to like put this in the graveyard. Let's go ahead and Fate maybe. And then I think we're just going to take the turn off to clear the chum. Fabricate can go on the bottom for now. I think that's... Alright, some real Teklo gameplay going on. This is one of those heroes in Fab where I'm not actually sure if people actually want him to be competitive. Oh, this costs 6. Oh no. For some reason, okay, I always thought that this costs 3 less to play because of the Okay, so that was a pun on my end. So,
no.
oh no. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, backup plan. Backup plan is okay. This is we're shaking off the Teklo rust. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So I think we're just gonna pass here. Oh no. I could have sworn this was a 3 cost. I guess it makes like it is technically a 3 cost, but we do have to have the 2 more EVOs. Unfortunate. Unlucky. I guess we can just like IP and play out the Steel Soul Tower next turn, but obviously leaving the chum on the battlefield's not great. Alright, Yellow Swell. Alright, off to a good start with the stream, I think. Swell to... Alright, million resources over there. Don't think there's any real reason to block, though. Could theoretically just save 2 blues and like Terminator tank down the chum, but that also feels like not worth. The hit off the swell might not actually matter if they don't really have anything to do with it here. Oh, they're gonna discard Scuba. Interesting. Maybe they just want to play Scuba out this turn. It's reasonable. Scuba is actually kind of annoying here, right? It's like if we put Evos in the yard, then it's like pretty awkward. I think we're just gonna deny the gold here. Oh boy, Teklo. Yep, we're in it for the long haul. I think I've already made an egregious misplay.
The games will be long. Not good.
Yeah, the games will be long. Potentially good. Who knows? All right, so I think. Yeah, this feels rough, but I think I just have to like play out a Steel Soul Tower next turn. Is there any spice? The only spice I think is Talisman Affirmation, which is like the whole meme I guess I'm going for this video. I kind of want to like Arsenal the Warmongers against Gravy. So this is the Arcane Barrier one. Okay, cool. We didn't mess up. So we probably do need to look for an opportunity to block with the 3 top holds. Oh, we got some time. No pummels in this list. I don't know if pummel is a Tekla staple. Capomello, if you can persuade me on the pummels, I'm definitely interested. But yeah, no spice in this list. I think like maybe the spiciest thing in this list is like the cognition nodes with like the sirens. I think there's also like Findell's Fighting Spirit as well to try to go like super wide. I think that's like a normal Teklo thing. Like at least I've seen a lot of Teklo lists that are just like running cognition nodes. All right, it's coming in for 3 with the Rabble. Basti on top. They have gold. Yeah, it's not looking great for us. We can't just like Warmongers them next turn. But we do also need to find a room to kind of like play out some of our stuff. I feel like the Scuba is actually like maybe more relevant than the Chum. Yeah, I don't have any clue what Teklo build looks like. I think I stole this list from what's their name? Matthew. So, why am I having trouble saying Matthew? I thought this was like Matt W, or like Matt he W, but no, Matthew is just like a normal name. But I basically took that list and tried to throw in talisman information because I saw someone on purple doing some funny things with talisman, so I want to try it out. All right. Yeah, rigor mortis not great either, but that's okay. What is our ally clear priority? I feel like Scuba probably the most annoying one at this point. Alright, so they got the Vesti on the Chum. That's also fine. At least we can probably do a pretty good job of like denying the gold-baited hook here. But yeah, I also have no idea what a Teklo build looks like, so I'm stealing someone else's, basically. It's finishing on the Rigger. Part of me almost wants to just, like, try to at least attempt to kill the Scuba. Actually, this doesn't get go again until we get 3 more EVOs, right? I kind of like this block, maybe. We could also, like, start looking at block with our alpha molds, but we don't even have an EVO yet, so I guess it's not, like, super imperative. I think we'll go ahead and just take the block here. I think I'm going to attempt to just CNC down the Scuba this next turn. Oh, Tegan's linking the Fabry list. Thank you, Tegan.
If you want to see what this list is, there it is.
I don't think people want to see what it is. But yeah, this is the Teklo list I guess we're playing. I have faith that we can beat the Gravy, personally. I think we got off to a little bit of a rocky start because we didn't know how much what's that card called? The Terminator tank cost at space. I originally thought that was a 3 cost, but no, that would be too good for Teklo, I think. Alright. Another swell. Keep hitting off the swells, but it's not actually, they haven't been able to use the resources yet. I'm hoping this is gonna be another scenario like that. We have 2 EVOs in hand though, so this is maybe not looking too bad if we can find the scrap trader coming up. You also have the second Chum in the yard. Playing out the second Chum is fine. We're gonna get the third Chum online? Very possible. I'm gonna see if I can try to Warmongers them at some point. We actually might have the opportunity this next turn because the player next Evo is though this turn is over an instant when you do draw a card. So you can actually like pitch in a Teklo, play out Evo, Warmongers, draw a card, Arsenal. It's not terrible. Right, cracking the Cold Kiss, it's fine. I don't think this is that bad for us. We just gotta make sure that we try to deny the hook as much as possible. So let's say no blocks here at least. Sawbones and 2 Chums, that sounds like GG. We'll see. It's not completely hopeless yet. I will say I think this first game is a little bit of a punt. We're shaking the rust off, but that's okay. I have not gotten a ton of Teklo practice. I will say that. Alright, Mage Master Boots. Alright, so then we're gonna try to clear the Sawbones as a priority. This does not get the +1 until it's at 4 or more, so clearing the Sawbones will require a real card. But we are at least denying the hook, which is at least nice. So let's go ahead and block with at least our first mold. So I think the plan is still the same. We're going to try to Evo this in, draw a card. Actually block with the controller as well, right? Or no, we need all the pitch, right? We need to pitch every card because the Teklo ability costs 3. It's gonna block, I guess, just with the topple mold and get the Steel Soul memory online. Wait, what is the other? Alright, so we're running the arms and the head. So it doesn't really matter each. I guess we have like equal number of head and arms in the deck. So yeah, I think this is fine. Alright, 20-point life deficit. Our opponent has 4 allies on the board, I believe. So let's Teklo. steal soul memory, which will allow us to draw a card. We draw Fiddler's Green, which is terrible. Okay. Not great, not great. That's okay though. And then I guess we can Warmongers, or we can also actually try to kill the Rigger here. I don't have that much gold, so like playing out the Warmongers is maybe not amazing. Yeah, if we do something that we can Arsenal, I feel a little bit better about this. But I think now we just try to level down the Rigger. And then if they have the Fearless, it's annoying, but not the end of the world. All right, we're at a higher life total than it might seem. So we have 10 armor on the board plus another 2, so we're functionally at like 32. If you don't think about it too hard. So it's not too bad. Not too bad. Like ignore the actual life totals. Think about the armor life totals, right? They've also whiffed off both their Charthises, which is pretty good. Let's see what the follow-up is here. Swell, Sawbones on top, so that's terrifying. We can actually just give them the Fiddler's Green here if we want to soak up a little damage. We could also just give them like an Alpha Mold. I'm just going to try to soak up a little bit of damage here just so we're not like leaking a ton. But yeah, the Sawbones on top is definitely a point of concern. So, Liquid Cool Mayhem. Can clear something, but we need to hold a card and pitch for it. Ooh, Restless is also really good. Alright, another Sawbones coming in. So here, I think we just give the Shelter. Keep blocking. I am trying to hold on to these two, and we do have some armor in case they try to go for like a conk. Like we have 8 block here. They are also out of both their Gold Kiss rooms. Still don't think this is that bad for us, but maybe that's just extreme cope. All right, let's see how this goes. All right, Sawbones is fine. We do also just like hard lose to Fearless Confrontation, but I guess we kind of always do. So let's just give them the green here. We can actually also give them the chest if we really want to. But we're still like functionally blocking 4 here. Could see just like giving up these. Do you have any EVOs in graveyard yet? Yeah, I'll just take a little damage. We need to make sure we're not getting like too low, but I think this is probably a little bit safe. So we're still at 18. But yeah, I think it could be better. All right, let's kill Sawbones, or hope to kill Sawbones. Who knows? That's the fun part about Fearless Confrontation, right? You never know. Hey, we killed it. It's a miracle. I don't think we're in that bad shape. We have kept them off gold pretty well. But yeah, the double chump thing is a little concerning. Yeah, one Fearless in this turn. Yep, that is that's the eternal gravy problem, right? This hand leaves a little bit to be desired, but we do have, if we can actually find a blue, isn't that bad. I'm going to give the Firewall here. So if it's an Evo, put it on top of your deck. So if we actually bottom a non-Evo with this, it's actually more likely we find a blue, right? Because most of our Evos are blues. I think we have 2 red Evos in the deck. I think that blocking with the Firewall makes sense before the sync, I think. Right, so Scrap Trader goes to the bottom. So that's good for us, I think, right? I think the way we can win this turn potentially, or the way we can at least do well this turn cycle, is by like sync blowing into a blue. Alright, Oyston's not the end of the world. Okay, there's the conk. I actually want to try to cycle this Fiddler screen, so let's maybe give up a little bit of armor here and then go for the sync. Still want to hold on to the Warmongers just in case. Sync here. Fiddlers. Okay, we find another red. Not super helpful. But you can also just like block with it. I think I'm just gonna give up the base head here and then just like Warmongers try to set up Terminator tank and Arsenal. So what's the card? Oh, what's the special card for today? It's a Talisman of Cremation. I think we were trying that out for Synra, but I think we did bring one into this matchup. We'll see if it's if it's relevant at all. I feel like that card's probably better for Synra, but that is the card I want to try out today. All right, Warmongers go. So we have 2 armor here. We have 5 armor here. So we're functionally sitting at 21.
21.
Oh, you used it versus Zen. Yeah. It could be pretty good against Zen. All right, so choose a button. We'll go with War, right? It's Arsenal of Tank. So the tank now costs 3. Slight error beforehand. If they choose starting with the hero, oh, this Fabricate's an instant, right? So Fabricate could actually be pretty okay here. So Swell. So they chose War. They have another card in hand. They pitched the Rabble, which is also interesting. Kind of signals to me they may have another Conk. But I guess we can also just like block with the Findals. These 2 EVOs are kind of redundant, so I don't actually just mind blocking with them a little bit. Maybe we're going to try to Arsenal to Fabricate this turn. Alright, so there's the Conk, which is kind of to be expected. So 2, 3, another 3. So we cover that, and then they can't attack with an ally afterwards. This is okay. Would have maybe liked to try to get my Steel Soul Tower 1 lower so that the Fabricate's a little bit better. Oh, they can't attack with allies. Wait. Hold on. What does this say? They choose War. The only actions they may play or activate during the turn are weapon and attack actions. They choose PC. The only weapons. Is this not how that works with allies?
Wait, are they able to play and activate allies?
Yeah.
They're able to play them and then activate.
Or no. They're just activating them.
I think you can just activate them.
Oh, okay. Maybe because it's not. Are the only actions they may play or activate during the turn are weapon and attack action.
Attack action. Right?
Oh, it's action attack.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. This is me not knowing how Warmongers actually works in the gravy. So they can activate them but not play. Okay, that makes sense. I've not played a deck that actually like has Warmongers in it because I've been playing so much Marlin, right? That's good to know. We're still probably dead here. We're gonna get 40 by gravy. That's fine. To be in my defense, I did punt pretty egregiously, so that's fine. The Sawbone. All right, this Fabricate's gonna need to do some work next turn. So we got another helmet and then another leg piece in the bin as well. I think this matchup is more doable than I think I'm actually giving it credit for. I think this is more so just a punt on my part. All right, so Fabricate is you can put this under Evo control, banish Evo from your hand, draw a card, Evo from... Okay, so we want to use the +1. These Restless Bones could be pretty annoying. They have another ally on top. Okay, they had an ally from hand, so that's the third chum is actually not that bad. Definitely annoying. So we can functionally get another 2 armor here, plus another 3 armor here with the fabricate. And then we can Terminator tank down a chum. Or we can also just like look to Warmongers if we want to just like disrupt them. I think that's also pretty reasonable. I also probably shouldn't be running a rumor. I think I'm just like trying to like raw fatigue them, and I maybe don't need like the extra fatigue package. Let's maybe try something like this though. So we'll take 4 here. We're gonna go 4. Cutting it a bit close. So play the chum coming in for 6. So this is 3, or this is 2 plus 3. Fabricate, we go to 1, or we take 1, go to 3. Probably gotta be good enough, right? I mean, I don't think it is good enough, but what we're doing. Let's put this in an Evo. Yep, so just those 2. So we'll put it under the foot. Still got another chum in the yard. War machine down a chum. Alright, can we make the 40-point comeback? I'm a little bit doubtful. But we're gonna do our best effort. Yeah, 1 chump still in the bin. Prismatic is obviously pretty good. Yep, swell is pretty good as well. So we can shelter here. Also block with the processor. They have 1 more conch potentially. I think I'm gonna take 1 off this. I hope we're at least giving the gravy some good Teklo practice. I think that's definitely worth the worth the time we're investing here. All right, double ley line. Terrifying. That's a big tipple. So I think we're dead on board, right? Because then you just swing Oyster for 7. Okay, double prismatic ley line maybe a little bit too good. Yeah, it's Oyster for 7, right? Hilarious. All right, it was a 40-2 game. However, I think it was closer than it looked. Maybe. I think I thought. Oh. Tegan got a chuckle out of that, which is at least what I was going for. Okay, I think we. All right, that was the warm up game. That was the warm up game. I promise. All right, let's see if we can get another. That was okay. That was not F tier deck. That was F tier pilot. That was F tier pilot. All right, we can definitely get on the run back. All right, Synra, we're doing the meme. Okay, so we definitely want to go first in Synra, right? We're bringing in the talismans. No remembrance. I think we also cut. What are we cutting? We're cutting the cognition nodes as well. All right, we can do this. We can do this. Unlucky. Teklo cope starts. Yes, exactly. All right, so this is the +1/1, right? Okay. So head, chest, arms, legs. All right, we figured it out. So we can equip the tower turn 1 and then just like arsenal the base arms. I don't mind arsenaling the base arms. I feel like it's probably better than arsenaling the fabricate, maybe. Especially this early. Alright, ideal Teklo start. We got 2 EVOs. Pretty sure that's his worst. Okay. That wasn't just bad pilot. That was also just bad matchup. Fair enough. Unlucky. All right, let's see if we can get our talisman. Our talisman of creation tech here. I did not expect to actually draw it. All right. All right, fire 10 strike first. I think this turn I want to ideally try to play out the cremation. I think the scrap trader is not really doing us a ton of favors this turn, so I kind of want to just keep blocking. We get to do the thing, which is cool. If we can actually, okay, if we can actually get this to resolve in a meaningful way, we can cut the stream early. We just like this is like literally all I'm trying to do is just do the stupid thing that I saw in Purple Discord. Okay, we actually, all right, this is coming over for 3, right? Because of the fire tenant. I just want to give tower here. You know, click, that's fine. We're gonna have to block in the next chain link anyways. Kind of a big fan of these talismans. I don't know if you've all seen, like, if you go look up the artist, it's like Henrik Lindler. But anyways, I was looking this up for like the thumbnail art, right? But I don't know if you look at like the actual like art. I think it's like on like there's some website that like hosts a ton of the fab art. I forget exactly. It's like ArtStation. I think that's the main website a lot of people use. But if you like look at the art for this card, I think it's like really really pretty. Making a ton of fab thumbnails has like really made me appreciate a lot of the art in this game. I feel like Talisman is one of those just like really neat ones. The only thing that was awkward is it was just integrating Teklo, like using this for thumbnail art, and then figuring out a way to put Teklo on it was a little bit weird. Like, I don't know. I some of these like older like Everfest talismans are really cool to look at. Right, so opponent. Okay, so they didn't have 3 Draconic Chain Links, so they didn't buy back their other dagger. Alright, let's see if we can get them with the tech. So you may play EVOs from your banish zone. So we're an instant when you do draw a card. Okay, so we actually we can actually play this from Arsenal, right? And try to like blow them out. So we actually have like the perfect setup here. Alright, the other talisman not as good. Who's that in chat? Canty, you're saying Fleesh? Okay, seems like they didn't want to start with display loyalty. Makes sense. All right, so I think our goal here is to try to get them after they flick their dagger. we do have to play for Banish. You're right. Oh yeah. Okay, so this card is like way worse than I initially thought, right? So we need to figure out a way to actually banish the Evo. Then we can Talisman of Creation. We also got rid of our Scrap Trader, which is like one of the ways to get an Evo.
You use Fabricate.
Oh, we use Fabricate as well.
That's what the person was like, yeah, that's what you do.
Oh, okay. So that's actually the combo. I forgot that you have to use the banish clause, right? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so we need to find our ways to scrap. Which we actually might need to edit the deck list, now that I'm thinking about it, because we did cut down on a Scrap Trader, and I think we also cut down on the Junkyard Dogs. Alright, so we're not going to get this set up for a while, I think. Which is fine. So this is the chest. We could actually end up Tekloing here, pitch the 2 reds, draw a random card, and then try to block out the turn from there. Seems a little greedy, though. I kind of want to just lean into blocking a bit more. Then maybe just try to play out the arms on my turn. The first game was a resounding loss. Yeah, Tegan was the play. But yeah, the first game was a complete one-sided a game of flesh and blood, but that's okay. We're playing against a gravy. I also like misplayed semi horribly that match, so that's maybe fine. So demonstrate devotion. We have one other card in hand. Could be looking at empowerment here. Yeah, I'm just gonna make them have the empowerment though. We could also just like block or like this and deny it that way and try to like hold on to the processor. Maybe that's reasonable. Having empowerment though, so be it. Could also have like another third dagger or something. Interesting that they bought back the daggers there. Ooh, breaking point. Actually don't care. Or sorry, hold on. I think we want to actually respond to that. You respond to this. So we respond to this on the stack, right? And we Teklo play this out on the arms. And maybe just like Arsenal of Steel Soul. Could also just block with it at this point. Just get it in the bin. We already have another one in the bin though. I feel like Arsenaling it's like maybe a trap. Let's just do this. Yeah, tech bossmen do be prone to loss from what I know. Yeah, true rewards have never been said. So this cost so we have 2 EVOs, this costs 1 now, but obviously not relevant. There's our controller, but we already do have our arms. So we still just need head at this point. Well, thank you all for joining and coming on the stream and watching me play this pilot this bad deck poorly. So I don't think there's any learning necessarily going on here, but I'm doing my best. All right, Heart of Dragon Blood. Probably just still looking at block on chain links 2 and 3, so we're gonna take a little bit of damage here, I think. So the more I play against Synra, the more I appreciate how good Art of Dragon Blood is. The card is like actually kind of nuts when it like lines up. Like at its floor, it's like a 0/4 that does not go again, but like so easy to make fealty in Syndra, and then like when you do get the fealty and then it like reduces like 1 or 2 things, it's like, oh my god, that card's insane. Okay, so display, so we're gonna just go ahead and block with your tank here, I think. Also block with the controller, and it's a little bit better. You're here for the vibes, and Teklo is a lot of fun to watch. Well, I'm hoping I'm giving off good vibes. Gameplay could leave a little bit to be desired, but we're trying our best. Say that. Right. Dagger coming in. And so this is the second third dagger. Or at least we saw one in pitch. They just used the second one. Oh, that's why the Discord is peak. Yeah, if anyone wants to go join the Flesh and Bad Discord, I think it might be on the Nightbot, or maybe Tegan can post the link. But yeah,
I think it is on the Nightbot.
Okay, it's on the Nightbot if someone wants to figure that in some way.
I think you do exclamation point.
Yeah, exclamation point Discord. Someone feel free to try that. Are we actually looking at Terminator tank them next turn? I don't think we are realistically. I think we're just gonna lean more into blocking. It's fine. Is it exclamation point Discord? Yay! The Nightbot worked. Sweet. I don't have a list of all the commands, so I just kind of trust whatever Tegan tells me.
I mean, I do, but you know.
Alright, Art of Dragon Fire, lots of damage. Part of me doesn't even want to Arsenal as Terminator tank this early. I don't want to just like block with the firewall and just block out a bit. So we can figure out our way to get something in advantage. Alright, bottoming the sink below is a little bit cool. Cool, I'm glad the bot works. Alright, there's a scrap trader. Okay. We're like almost there. Steel Reinforcement is currently a 3 block, which is on rate at least. I think we're just taking this first oath though. Still try to deny the mass triggers as much as possible. Ooh, Spreading Flames. Okay. I'm not seeing a ton of this in Synra, but mostly I think it's for like cost curve considerations, but like Spreading Flames is actually one of those cards that like I played against I think it's a lot better in Fi, for instance. I played against the same Fi like twice during my pro quests. The card seemed really good, at least when Fi was playing it. Alright, Empowerment, that's fine. Oh, it's also kind of funny they had to pitch the second Empowerment because they played Oath, right? Right, so they got over on Chain Link 3. They still have Flick. Alright, let's just keep blocking. Oh, you didn't even Flick that. Oh, because they have Wrath. Okay, that makes sense. This tracks. Okay, so this is the Battle Worn one. So we could actually just like block here. So they can't actually threaten Mass Trigger anymore, but they are going to be getting daggers for a lot. Yeah. Wrath Retribution doing Wrath things. I think we're gonna leak like Spreading Flames, Draconic Attack. So this does affect daggers. Okay, we are in danger. At least there's no mass trigger here, but they are going to send 3/3/3. I'm assuming they're going to crack their flight path here as well. Okay, so I think we maybe played against Synra on Marlin recently. I think if you ever see Wrath or Retribution in your opponent's hand, regardless of how many like Draconic attacks in their hand, you just always take the Wrath, right? I think this card is like the single dumbest card that Synra has, right? Just having the ability to like actually, they're getting functionally like 8 damage, or no, it's like 11 damage off of this, right? Card is kind of insane. These cards were made for blocking, and that's just what they'll do. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Wrath is why I run to Kabuto. Fair enough. I would also run Kabuto if I was playing Warrior, but I don't play Warrior, so it's probably for the best. All right, they at least have to use their flight path here. But yeah, this is going to be a lot of damage. We're doing okay this game until Syndra missed the priority window on something. Oh, I don't think they had a way to put the. Okay. Interesting. Wait, are we just gonna like blow them out right here? I would normally let the Syndra undo in that scenario.
I gotta win with Teklo.
I gotta win with Teklo, and also for what it's worth, oh, we can't even play an evo, can we? Very funny. For what it's also worth, our opponent had like 10 chain links. I probably didn't want them to undo all that. All right, Ignite coming in. This is fine. So they can't actually get their daggers back just yet, but we can't also like play out an evo. If we had another blue here, this would have actually been perfect, right? Unlucky. The only way to actually like punish them here is if they somehow end up with a dagger, or if like they somehow end up with daggers in the bin at end of turn, and we like do it on our turn. I don't think that works though, right? The talisman is not even an instant. It's like whenever you play something out of banish, it's like a trigger, right? Like whenever you play an evo out of banish, it triggers the talisman. Like you don't really get an option. I think I'm gonna go for this here and just try to soak up the damage as much as possible. They don't have any daggers, so they can't really punish us for blocking at this point. Which is at least the nice thing about Wrath turns. Oh boy. Oh, it's Teklo an instant. So yes, you can play Evos from your Banish Zone, and then once per turn instant, you pay 3, you may play your next Evo as though it were an instant. But so you can Teklo as an instant, and then you can also play Evos as an instant as long as you pay for the resource, right? Alright. Keep blocking. So we're gonna try to set up We're gonna try to set up the Teklo thing maybe next turn. We're probably gonna need them to like keep the daggers though. Yeah, so we just need to draw 2 blues. That's basically the crux of the issue here. Alright, they Synra us and get back the daggers, that's fine. I think we're still just gonna shelter and then just like Arsenal shelter and then give them 5-card hand. Yeah, I think we were doing pretty well until the Wrath turn, but you know, you're always gonna find the Wrath at some point, right? That's okay. Alright, hopefully they just Arsenal here. And then we just get to Arsenal or shelter. I guess it's like the same if they Arsenal versus don't Arsenal, right? Okay, coming in with the Rabble. Interesting. They have our Dragon Blood on top. They have a fealty token, so I almost want to like save the shelter for this turn. So I think we're gonna just take the 4 here. Alright, so we still have 1 armor here, and then no armor functionally anywhere else. We're functionally sitting at like 12 right now. I think. Oh no, I forgot about the Fiddler's Green. Okay, so we're at 14. We're not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. Alright, so we can't play our EVOs. There's our Fabricate. You may banish. Put this under an EVO. How does this work? So wait, how does Fabricate work with Talisman? Banish all cards. When you play a card from your banish zone. I can't clip a base. This is from your inventory. Put this under. Wait, does this actually work with? I mean, I guess you fabricate the Evo out of your hand, right? And that's how it works. All right, we're still not finding our blues, which is a little, but not. All right, let's go ahead and just firewall this, I guess. You can actually fabricate here just to like soak up some damage. Evo permanent. So this is not. These are all just like base equipment, right? So these are. We only have 2 Evo at this point, right? Unlucky, unlucky. Okay, this is fine. Yeah, Capimo, I think you might have jinxed us here a little bit with the drawing 2 blues thing. Maybe just a little unfortunate though. All right, let's go ahead and block with the CNC. Just want them to commit to daggering, so it's a little bit easier to block here. My bad. Yeah. It's my fault for playing this deck, in my defense. But I'm also probably not playing it incredibly well, or at least I'm trying to play. All right, Blood Runs Deep. Oh, if we had 2 blues, this would have been so good. It would have been so good. Unfortunate. All right, so they're buying back their daggers. This is fine, right? Just like fabricate here. A +1, put it under an Evo. So we have Arsenal the Scrap. Doesn't it give resources too? Yes. So, wait, did we actually? Wait. Did I not play an Evo off the Scrap? Wait. Did I like scrap 2 Evos and then not play one out? Wait, hold on. No, because this doesn't go again, right? So I couldn't have played one out unless I had another blue in hand. Oh, okay. So yeah. So I might have actually made a punt. I might have actually made a punt. If we had an extra blue on the turn we had scrap tradered, then we could have activated Teklo, used it as an instant, and played something out of Banish. For some reason, I thought scrap trader also had go again. All right, we're learning together. Okay, I think we're starting to figure it out. That's okay. That's okay. All right, so Blood Runs Deep. It's fine. All right, so we finally made it to blocks. Let's go and block here. Block 2. All right, so punts happening all over the place. I also went off daggers again. We actually, if that's the case, maybe we just want to block Steel Street Enforcement, right? Yeah, this is why I love After Fridays, because we get to rediscover Teklo together. All right, so Scrap Trader does not have go again. So we need to play Scrap Trader with a blue. Fortunately for us, we use both the Scrap Traders in the deck, so we don't have an opportunity to make that misplay again. That's okay, though. Alright. Yeah, Teklo, maybe a deck that you have to actually practice before F-Tier Fridays. Entirely possible. Alright, so this will give us the opportunity to block arms. I guess we, are they threatening Mask again here? We could just give them, oh, wait, so this, so they flicked on that, they flicked on here, right? Okay, so this is threatening Mask. Let's go ahead and just give the arms, or no, let's give the Steel Tower, right? Because we can't block with it in the future. All right, and then we can shelter. Okay, this works. This works. Yeah, we do it live. No practice. All right, for what it's worth, they're starting without daggers again, which is maybe something I'm happy about. I promise though we'll try to win a game tonight. We'll get there eventually. All right, Rising Resentment. So we have drawn multiple blues. So I think what I'm gonna try to do, we need to. I think I'm gonna try to bait them into activating Synra, right? So we need them to activate Synra, otherwise they like pitch their whole hand and the talisman does nothing. All right, we're not gonna win this game. However, we are gonna send a message to these Syndras, right? That's the core goal. It's about sending a message. It's not about winning. Maybe one of the mottos for Teklo. Who knows? All right, we do have +1 on the EVOs, so we can even block a 4 on Chainlink 3. So I'm gonna basically try to bait them into activating Synra on Chainlink 3. I think we just need to not die before then. We pass here. Yeah, so we're gonna wait until the Synra, or we're gonna wait until they try to like buy back daggers for the Synra trigger. We do here. So they should try to buy back daggers here if they want to rethreaten Mask from the next Chainlink. Alright, so I think we got them here. Alright, please do it! Yes! They did it! Okay, we get to do the thing. Cool. F-Tier Friday is accomplished. We did it. Pack it up. We can go home. Talisman of Creation. Go! I don't even know. What are the daggers called? Kunai Retribution. I knew that. We did the thing! Woo! Let's go! I feel like we made this entire deck just a grief of Synra. Oh god. I love it. Alright, yeah, cut through, get out of here. Alright, so they don't have any daggers for the rest of the game. We did it! We did it! Wait. Alright, so we don't even need to win the game at this point, right? It's fine. We can just like lose the game from here, which is like more likely than not, right? Pack it up. Synra equals pranked. We did it. Excellent. Alright, yeah, we're done. Alright. So we're running Renegade. Okay, so now you have to figure out how to win the game from here, which is maybe a challenge in and of itself. Okay, so running Renegade. We're just walking through here. I'm gonna try Arsenal Fabricate, I guess, right? Oh, we could actually fabricate Banish and Evo, give EVOs +1, so this will come in for 3. That sounds fun. Let's banish this so we get it in the banish zone. We get to redraw a card off of it, right? Okay, I like this. I like this. Yeah, we can win. We win these 45. All right, so +1 block, banish and Evo, draw a card. All right, so let's go ahead and banish the Steel Soul. We draw Firewall. That's pretty good. All right, we can do it. We can do it. Flick Knives is basically functionally a one blade. We got Iron Rock Gauntlets over here, functionally. Unless they have some weird, what's that card called? Concealed Blade tech. I think we're actually good here. So let's block with the fire, or no, let's block with the Warmongers. I don't think we're gonna actually like keep cards here. I think we're just trying to fatigue at this point. Still have 1 block on the base Sentry Arms as well. Alright. And don't really want to leak 1 damage, but yeah, I'm probably just blocking this anyways, right? War Machine on top is fine. Alright, we just need another brick, basically. Alright, we're chilling, we're chilling. We're doing fine. Alright, we're at 35 point life life deficit, but doesn't matter, right? We did it, team. Run and renegade again. Sure. I feel like they can still like kind of just kill us with damage. So I'm kind of concerned about. Let's keep blocking. Maybe draw like Fiddler's Green. I think would be a pretty premium draw at this point. Alright, let's go ahead and bait. Tell me what you got. EVO Steel Soul Tower. We want this. I think we do. Probably fine to get rid of it.
You punked that Synra.
Yep.
Call action, good sure.
Oh god. Alright. Keep blocking. I guess we're gonna Arsenal Sync Blow just in case we need to fix our hand. Still need to figure out a way to play out our Steel Soul Memory next turn. Ideally. Ideally, we can just get them to have like a really bad brick turn because they don't have Flick Knives. That'd be like the ideal scenario. Oh, they're passing! Let's go! Okay, so we can play out our Steel Soul Memory now. Sick. Hell yeah. Love to see it pass. Oh, they're gonna keep doing it. I love them. Alright, I think they've maybe realized that they're cooked. Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, let's put Terminator Tank back in the deck. I guess we just like overpitch, right? I don't know what the pass is, but I'm not gonna question it. Yeah, what is their hand at this point? That they would just like keep passing. I mean, I'm just gonna keep playing out EVOs. Kind of hilarious. Sure. We're gonna find Singularity at some point. Wait, do we have Singularity? Hold on. Alright, we have Singularity in the main deck, so it is somewhere in the deck. I think we just like have not seen it. So Terminator Tank is fully online. Might as well just send it. I guess we can like Teklo on top of it. Oh, all D-React? Is that what it is? Maybe. Entirely possible. What is the Terminator Tank loop? Is that when you transform? Is that the Terminator Tank loop? I'm kind of not sure. I think I cut Cognition in this matchup. I think you cut the Cognition node, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Well, they don't have daggers at this point, but they could activate Synra if they wanted to. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I think we bored out the Cognition just because it's a no block, but I think otherwise we would technically have the loop, right? All right, this is sick. We got the tech to work on the second game. Incredible. Exactly what I was hoping. Wait, have we been doing this for 2 hours already? No. There's no way. Oh no, I think we started recording at 2 hours. Okay, cool. Our opponent is inactive. Let's refresh. All right. We'll hit them with the RE there, but I think our opponent has
I think they're mad.
I think they're mad.
Yeah.
All right. It's fine. I mean, okay. In our opponent's defense, I would be mad too. Fair enough. All right. We're gonna claim our first. All right, let's see what their hand was. All right, so we had their hand was like perfect. Wait, they could have like played out their entire hand, right? They had Oath, Yeah, they could have like played. I think they just like gave up, right? All right, well, I'll take that as a win. I'll take that as a win. We got to do the kunai thing, which is like the entire reason I wanted to do this after Friday. So I think that's a W. No,
Misbehaved for the Synra.
I think it's fine. It's I would be pissed too. It's okay. That's totally fine. All right. Let's go ahead and get another game. Maybe we can play against another Synra and agree someone else. But yeah, the talismans we got them off. It's pretty cool. Forbidden Teklo tech. All right. Dio. First in a Dio. Sideboard, do we want anything? Probably not, right? I feel like we can do this matchup. Alright. Opponent didn't want to play it out. Fair enough.
Bright light.
We didn't want to do bright lights. It's classic constructed. You know, I was looking at Fabric. You know what's crazy to me? Is like this is crazy to me. Like, why are there 3 different base equipments for Teklo, right? I guess like the adaptive plating is like for I guess Dio uses it pretty well, but like it's kind of like insane to me that there's like tons of these, right? All right, playing against a Fang, so they're gonna go first. This might be a Remembrance matchup. Let's try the Remembrance, see how it goes. Yeah, that's true. That's true. No one wants to play against a Teklo. They're all afraid.
I don't blame them.
I also don't blame them.
I'd join and play Gravy into you.
This is like a deck for griefers, but it's not a deck for griefers in the same way that like Arachne is, right?
Well, I mean, people would leave if you were playing Arachne too, but like,
yeah,
that they're playable. You gotta actually.
Well, I feel like Arachne.
Oh, this seems like an unwinnable match.
Oh, for Puffin?
For you.
Wait, for me? Oh, right, because of the Palantir. Yeah. Fair enough. Well, at least they did us the favor of leaving. But yeah, I feel like Arachne, like they're like Arachne Huntsman, they're like a real, like actual deck that you can play right now. This is like an unplayable griefer deck, whereas like Arachne is like an actual like playable griefer deck that you could probably like take to a pro quest. So we're in a fascinating scenario right now, I'd say. Might be an opportunity to make a new lobby. Let's see if we can find someone and beat a Slippy. Maybe beat a Slippy. All right, play me, you coward. It's also funny to me that you can also only like equip 3 of these, but I guess it kind of makes sense, right? Oh, Slippy banishes for me. Okay, yeah, very funny. Levia? Or Levia? Let's see if they want to stay and play.
I will play with you if you.
Hello, good luck, have fun. I don't think do we need Remembrance in this matchup? I feel like we're gonna like die before we hit Remembrance. Talisman of Cremation, probably also not where we want to be against Levia, although it's like kind of funny if they have like multiple 6s in graveyard that you can banish. Alright. Let's do head, chest, arms. At least the UI for that is nice, right? You just get to like click through it functionally, because it doesn't matter. Oh, there's our Singularity, which I don't think we've also seen at all tonight.
You want to pitch that?
Do want to pitch that somehow. Alright, so this to me feels like there's a follow-up. I'm gonna block with the Terminator tank. I think I'm supposed to just like overpitch this hand. Put the Singularity on the bottom. Interesting. Alright, so we did pitch away our Evo, but that's still fine. We could have actually blocked with our Evo. Maybe that was a better play. I think we're just going to gain a bit of life here. Let's go into Arsenal to Fate, I think. Yeah, Talisman would be kind of funny in this matchup. I feel like I just don't want to, like, die, though. I'm actually trying to, like, play the deck somewhat competently, I guess. I don't want to, like, strawman Teklo, right? I feel like that would be a borderline bullying, right?
Strawman Teklo would be shark.
Strawman Teklo. Alright, first Blood Rush. For what it's worth, our hand blocks reasonably well, although I would like to find the EVOs, and the Steel Street Enforcement is also a little bit awkward. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna go off an Arsenal so they can't what's that card called? The one that like banishes your Arsenal. What am I forgetting though? It's like a yellow.
That's a Runeblade card.
No. I'm thinking.
Oh, Send Packing.
Send Packing, yes, thank you. All the Brute cards are.
I was like, that's a Vincent card.
Who knows? Could be a Vincent card. Are you thinking of Succumb? What Arsenal? Oh, you're thinking of Widespread. Yeah.
But I thought you were thinking of that. I was like, silly. That's not what it is.
I'm not even thinking at this point. I'm just vibing. All right. Do we want to attempt the Warmongers the Levia next turn? Probably not worth the 3 damage. All right, they're gonna go for the gauntlets. Ooh, Deeper Evil. Okay. But potentially prepared for fatigue. I think we're just gonna give the hand here. Oh yeah, Widespread Destruction. Yeah. For some reason, I was thinking of like a non-attack version. But yeah, that makes sense. Okay, found our EVOs, which is good. Playing them out though. Kind of hoping they have like a lackluster turn here. Pitching the Doomsday. I do like to see a Shadow Realm Horror getting used. I think we'll just say no blocks in this first one. Alright, we got some claws going as well. I kind of want to just like block 3 and just set up the Steel Soul. I'm gonna block with the controller, I think. And I think we're gonna just try to set up our first Evo. Banishing Arsenal be the next blue instant, just wait. Yep, I can see it. Banishing on the endless, okay. Part of me almost wants to just like take the L here on the damage and not try to set up. Do I just block 9 and just wait for a scrap hitter? I think it's probably a better use of our time. Did leak a lot of damage this turn, but I'm hoping since it's Levia that like maybe they'll have an off turn coming up. We'll see. Levia is not necessarily known for consistency, which is nice. Although I will say, like, I've been playing against a lot of like local Levia, and there's one guy on Levia who keeps wrecking me as Marlin. But that might just be like a cursed matchup I'm kind of discovering. I think Carrion does a lot of work in that matchup. Yeah. I am Kai. I want you to go look at the thumbnail, and I want you to go find the hidden Mickeys in the thumbnail. And then you can tell me whether or not the card breaks Teklo. But yeah, I think your guess is pretty safe. All right.
You did beat a Synra.
I beat a Synra. Go back and watch the VOD. I beat a Synra. Okay. Dread Screamer. I don't think we care. For what it's worth, we are 1-1 tonight. And the first game I think was me shaking off the rust in like a pretty terrible matchup to begin with. So maybe not the worst thing in the world. All right. Playing out the Deathwood Roller. I think I need to, at this point, just try to get the first EVO online, even if we're leaking a little bit of damage. It's probably worth it. Oh, they banished the Terminator tank. Interesting. Banish a card. Oh, I guess they didn't want to give us an EVO. That makes sense, right? For some reason I thought, oh, they could have taken an EVO, but yeah, getting to play and even out of banish is pretty rough. All right, so we don't have the boots in graveyard yet. I think this is fine. Let's go ahead and just get our arm piece online. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. We should block with the alpha mold first. Don't want to do any Teklo misplays now, do we? All right. Get that out of the way. All right, go ahead and equip our arms. Us. All right, base sentry arms. Not quite what we were looking for. All right, please no follow-up. All right, there's follow-up. Disaster. I'm just gonna give a bit of block here and then just try to play up the processor on our turn. Ooh, Growling Grawl is good. Yep. Or sorry, no, we need to make sure to block with our chest again. Alright, so we're still sitting at 13. Opponent's graveyard's pretty okay at this point. I don't even care if we lose the rest of the night. We did the one thing that we were trying to do. And I think that's what's important, right? Ooh, pulping. Just keep blocking though. Hey, so I don't think that one card will end up breaking Teklo, but I do think it actually made the Synra matchup a little bit more playable. Ooh, they discarded a Blood Rush too. Okay, that's good for us. Oh, and they're also going to be taking blood at this turn. So that's positive. Let's go ahead and just fate this then. Let's bottom that for now. I think we just want to try to find our scrap traders as fast as possible. Okay, Fabricate. What does Fabricate do for us? That's mean we're going to be able to block a lot this turn. Alright, they're going to come in for 9. So these will each block for 4, and we block with the alpha mold. Then just like banish the head, draw a card. That work? May not super cleanly. I think it does. We could also stagger the fabricates, and maybe that's a little bit better. Hold on. Maybe block here, here, here. Or no, we don't have to block with the top mold yet. Block here. Then we fabricate. This means this is +1. And then this is not a permanent, right? So this doesn't get buffed, if I understand that correctly. Yeah, we're just going to do one fabricate here. Then maybe end up pitching the other one. Alright, so EVO permanents get +1 block. Banish an EVO, draw a card. Banish the Space Sentry, and then we can pitch these 2 reds to the base head. Which I guess we'll overwrite the adaptive mold, but it's still... maybe it's fine. I feel like maybe we had the opportunity to maybe use the 1 block. Maybe not, though. Sting. Wonder if we maybe had an extra point of block there. There's our scrap trader. We do need to keep a blue, as we learned last time we resolved scrap trader. All right, see, like, ooh, that's pretty good. So I think here, keep giving a little bit of armor. So we want to hold on to this blue, and we have the remaining EVOs. We can get our head and then also our boots. You want to banish those two? Sinking what here? Probably just sink. Is probably fine. Just try to find like another reactor, whatever. Boneyard Marauder. I need to get used to these like all arts. Because I just started paying for the premium Talshar or whatever. Not used to seeing some of these arts. I wonder where are these from? Are these like actual promos? Oh, interesting. So we react here. So we're gonna be drawing a random card, which we can just like shove in arsenal. Hopefully, at least that's the goal. All right, so we trader. We get Steel Soul Memory in the boots. Pitch here. Let this resolve. And then we play out our boots first. Okay, we can't arsenal firewall. I guess we also missed like a point of block there, potentially. Maybe. Maybe I need to be blocking with those pieces of armor a little bit earlier than I am. Entirely possible. Oh, there's another scrap trader, though, which we would still need to hold the blue for. Alright, so we want to block with our base head and our legs and then re-equip the head again. Assuming we don't just like die from this blood rush. The worst draw. I don't even think that's the worst draw. There are some bad draws in this deck. But yeah, I agree at least with your sentiment. It's good block, I guess. Might not have the opportunity to resolve the trader this turn, which is fine. Yeah, Blood Rush Bellow is overrated. It's fine. We're fine. I'm sure the Savage Sash plus Blood Rush turn is not going to amount to a ton of damage. Oh boy, it's amounting to a ton of damage. We might be cooked here. But I feel like I kind of deserve it, maybe. Like, I feel like there's maybe some opportunities to, like, get a couple extra points of life here. I think I need to be blocking a bit more with the EVOs than I am. I think we're going to do this. We're going to go to 1, and then we're going to get back up to 2. And then just hope that they can't keep beating us in the face. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. Alright, we still can't play this outright because it's not, this doesn't have to go again. Oh, Steel Street could be pretty good this turn though. Something, it's the only good card Brutes have. Yeah, that claws. Alright, let's see. Let's see how bad they're gonna mess us up here. I feel like there's a world where we could end up blocking 12 here and being okay. Alright, swing big coming in. So we can give them 2, 5, 8. Yeah, it's probably gonna have to be good enough. Let's try it. Yeah, the pros are saying that KO is LLing any day now, right? They've been saying that for years, it feels like. We just need to get the Levia to deal damage to ourselves. Maybe that's our path to victory here. Alright, just keep staying healthy. Hey, we got a Quicken. That's value, right? The Quicken is only on attack actions, right? So we can't unfortunately use it on Scrap Trader, which would be a cool interaction. Oh, there's Fabricate. Okay. Alright, we're not no, we are kind of cooked, right? It's cognition nodes. Okay. So we need to block a lot here. I guess means we just use our armor. So each of our armor comes in for 2 because of the Fabricate, right? So we use all 3 of these. No, this is good. This is good, right? And we can potentially War Machine them. Potentially. We block here, here, here. Fabricate. Then we have an extra 1 block here. Winnable, winnable. Alright, so +1. Put this under. I guess we can just put it under. I don't think it matters. How many cards ago did we pitch Singularity? I think we should be coming up on our stack pretty soon here. I think we maybe have like 1 more hand until our stack. Alright, so I think we just barely block this, right? We block here, here. Shelter. Get another Quicken token. That's gas. Alright, we are hooked up here. Alright, the Teklo Dream still alive. Alright, so Scrap Trader. What do we want at this point? I guess we already have the helmet. We can get another. I guess another helmet's fine. And then. Or no, we probably don't want another. Hold on. We don't want another helmet. We already have the helmet, so I think maybe we just want as much armor as possible. So let's get the chest. The boots here, I guess. And we can Teklo. Oh, sorry. Alright, so Teklo there. And then we re-equip the Steel Soul. Right? Another Ripple. Not helpful. Alright, this is fine. And we also get the Intellect. I think we're getting close. Wait, wasn't this like our stack? Didn't we pitch like... I think we pitched this War Machine in our stack, didn't we? Wait, how many War Machines have we seen? Seen 2. I think we just pitched we pitched another one at some point, didn't we? I think this might be our stack. Or no, we put Singularity at the top, right? So no. So we're not at stack yet. I think we put Singularity at the top of our stack. Spoiled Skull. What does this do again? Target action cards. Choose one at random. You play it this turn. Oh, good. Okay. It's still... I'm a little doubtful that we're winning this, but anything can happen with Levia. I don't think we're completely out of it yet, though. We do have our 2 Quicken tokens as well, for what those are worth. Alright, the Dread Screamer. I want to try to hold on to the War Machine here, I guess. Anything can happen with Teklo. Oh, fatal misplay. Oh, no. I forgot about the pulpings. That's a pun. That's my bad. For what it's worth, we did see the other one. Could end up not mattering if they just have the second one here, but yeah. Maybe slight punt there. Alright, they got us. Maybe partially my fault. Alright, let's see. Do they have another pulping somewhere in here? Yeah, they did. I think maybe we just didn't get our D-Rex to line up on the pulpings, which is fine. Their opponent played that well, though. For what it's worth, I don't know if we did anything wrong. I think this maybe is just like our upper matchup, just because of like how much damage Levia can output. All right, let's try to see if we can get one more. All right, we did the one thing we wanted to do. I'm not fully expecting to win the games tonight. All right, we're not playing against. Quick, instantly equip something. True. Actually, this EVO's supposed to be here. Whoopsie. Oh, okay. We're still leaving against the Prism. Sorry. I don't want to learn that matchup. I'm too dumb. We could run it back on the Levia, but I think the Levia is probably good on that. Nope. Just kidding. It's the same Prism. Haha. Mario? Can we play against Mario? The only thing we have to worry about is like Tarantula Toxin, right? It's maybe doable. See if we can get a CC. Let's just get a random like CC hero. Alright. Nope, same Prism. Prism matchup fine, just pop everything and don't let them establish a board. I don't know about that. All right, Acilio? No, I don't think we do Acilio, can we? Let's find something like nice and slow. Find something like we can actually win against. Let's just create our own lobby. Let's see who decides to pair into them. Come out that prism. That poor prism. Gonna get a random opponent. We're gonna stay in the lobby. We're gonna see how it goes. This might. How long have we been streaming? Let's take a look. What's our stream time at? We are at. I know we started at 6:30, right? So we're at. Oh, we've not been streaming too long. We still got a little bit of time left, so maybe we'll do another game after this, depending. All right. Oh no. Oh, I don't know if we can beat a Marlin. I'm sorry, Marlin. That matchup is like actually cursed. You can like not block with your EVOs. Huntsman. That is like one of the one matchup I don't think this deck can actually win against.
Or Kano.
Or Kano.
Or Gravy.
Yeah. Maybe there are a few matchups. All right, one day we'll get a game. We'll see. You know, Teklo is a meta pick. You're trying to target a very specific meta that may or may not exist, right? Oh, okay, we can grief another Synra. Perfect. Let's do it. All right, I'm gonna submit this deck so fast. I guess we can also cut the node, right? All right, this is gonna be easy. We're gonna do the exact same thing we did the first game. We're just gonna grief Syndras tonight. That's the goal. Yeah, overpower is pretty good in the Teklo. Who would have thunk? Yeah, I feel like that matchup is like actually terrible. Okay, this is also really bad. We got 6 block in our hand, which does not imbue me with confidence. Yeah, Syndra's not going to expect the tech here. Kind of surprising that they chose to go first. But they, like, based on our hand, they might end up leaking a bit of damage here. Alright, I'm snap blocking this kunai. So I think our plan... Alright, Blood Runs Deep, whatever. We flick a dagger here. This is chain link 1. So we're gonna take a bit of damage here. I mean, we could also just give them a mold. I don't think that's like terribly unreasonable. Because they can't, or so this is chain link 1. We have to block out chain link 3, right? Alright, so this is fine. We give them 1 mold here. Just trying to stay alive, I think. Oh, you could replace that card with blue evasive leap. Still blue 1 block, but at reaction speed. Yep, that's totally true. Yeah, maybe a small punt on our side that we are playing a suboptimal card in our Teklo deck. All right, so we're having to give up the mold here, which is a little bit awkward. That's fine. At least just preserve our life a little bit. Do I want Command and Conquer against Syndra? Probably, right? Seems fine. But yeah, that's a good tip, Kai. I appreciate that. Okay, what are we doing here? I kind of think we just CNC them and Arsenal to sink below. Let's disrupt them a little bit here. I don't want to give them like complete free reign. I feel like if we can start the game with a little bit of tempo, that might make developing out the EVOs a little bit easier. All right, we're taking off a card here, which is nice. I don't think there's any way we could like realistically play out the base Sentry head off Teklo, right? I think if we had another blue, maybe. Alright, War Machine does not have any text just yet. Could just give him the safe part. I think we're just like trying to block out this entire hand. His hand doesn't do anything. Could also like sink below one of these War Machines, try to find an Evo. I think that's like pretty reasonable. Block until we find Talisman of Creation, I think is the plan. And so this would be chain link 1 if we allowed this to hit. I think we're kind of okay with. We could also just like use the last mold, but maybe holding on to the 1 Battle Warden's like fine for now. Alright. So the meta you want to take this deck into is just entirely Syndra's. That's the goal that you're trying to tech for. Okay, so this is chain link 2, so let's try to block chain link 2. Go ahead and just sink one of the War Machines, try to find something a little bit more better. Ripple Away is functionally the same. Another Throw Dagger. Alright, so Mask is still alive even with the Flick Knives here. And we can just keep blocking out though. Not really that bad for us, and they should probably play their last card if they want to threaten Mask. Let's see how this goes. Alright, gain our life. Oh, they're just gonna pass. Okay, that's fine. Let's just Teklo, get rid of the Ripple Away, and then just pass back. Found our EVOs. That's good. So I think we're blocking with these. Yep, seems right. Right, Rising Resentment. I think we let this hit. They could get a 1 cost though. Could also do like a funky block like this. The only problem is like they can still threaten Mask after this. This is like a little bit of a risky block. Throw Dagger's fine. So we have 3 more chain links to worry about. But we do have like 3 block, or we have functionally like 4 and 4 again, so it's kind of okay. Alright, so they still have Flick available. So this is chain link 2. We could block here. I think this is reasonable. So they need a Flick here to get chain link 2 off, and then they have chain link 3 after. They shouldn't have any more Flicks unless they draw like another Throw Dagger, but okay, I guess they've seen all 3 Throw Daggers, which is convenient. Okay, Flutter and Steep is like kind of an. Oh wait, did they not flick a dagger? Oh, they didn't flick a dagger. Alright, because I think both were in the bin. Alright, so we guess we just fake this. They didn't flick a dagger, right? They played Blood and Steep, resolving playability of Blood and I think it would have said I took a damage, right? Oh, okay, we found our talisman. Perfect. So I think they didn't flick this unless I'm just like blind. Gain a little bit of life too. Not too bad, not too bad. Staying nice and healthy against the Synra. Alright, so here we're gonna probably try to leak a little bit of damage since our hand doesn't block incredibly well. I think Blood Run Steep. I think we've also seen all 3 Blood Run Steep, which is pretty funny. It's like a weird Synra draw. I mean, it hasn't felt like that bad from their side at least. So chain link 2, let's block, and then we'll try to block on chain link 3. Alright, our goal is to get the talisman back online. Okay, so they have the empowerment here, that's fine. I'm actually kind of surprised they used it here as opposed to the next chain link. But maybe that makes sense. Like maybe their next chain link is not a ninja attack. Although they do have a ninja attack, okay. Syndra blocking school, yeah, real. Okay, so why do I actually feel like they have another empowerment? I'm like, okay, so they blocked here, so I guess they can flick here. So I guess we just need to block like this and hope they have a 3 block or a 3 attack after this. And if they don't, we take a lot of damage. Yeah, Empowerment was actually kind of rough. Alright, this is fine. We're gonna leak a bit of damage here, I imagine. I'm assuming that this Warmongers is not going to be enough for the next chain link. Yeah, PLT will do it. Oh, this is terrifying. Okay, so they are drawing another card for sure. And they potentially have cost reduction on top of that. Yeah, we could be in for a bit of trouble here. Alright, let's see how bad this is going to get. I'm fully prepared. Alright, Blaze Headlong. That's pretty bad. Okay. I guess could be worse, but they still basically got to play out all their cards. Yeah, still pretty rough, I'd say. I feel like these Steel Street Enforcements in the opening hand didn't really do us much favors. Okay, the Shelters are not bad, though. Okay. Ronin Renegade. I think we're still just looking for our scrap traders, right? I think it's like the only meaningful way we're getting stuff off. So we block with the Ripple, or no, I guess we don't block this early. I don't think we're gonna block this. I think maybe we can block pretty early because we have the shelters, but I don't think that's still correct. Still try to block chain link 2, chain link 3 if we can. Alright, here we can go ahead and shelter. Erect that. We can actually deny the flick here if we want. I guess the question is whether or not that's good value or not. Probably fine value. They have 3 cards in hand, so we're going to get the other prevention at least. And then this denies the mask. Regardless of what they do. I mean, we're probably denying the mask anyways, right? I think I'm supposed to actually use this. I normally don't really like using the shelter mode of Shelter from the Storm all that much. But I think like this is like the one matchup where it's actually pretty good, right? Yeah, you can't play 4 copies of Alpha Mold, which is hilarious. Because I think it falls under the 3 card limit, right?
Over the 3.
Or yeah, it's over the 3 card limit, right? So you can't play the 4th one because you can't run more than 3 copies of card in your deck, right? Yeah, it's wild. I think Teklo would be too good, you know? Okay. So keep blocking. Alright, we find our scrap trader, the game is over, as we saw last time. It doesn't matter if we're at 5, right? Clearly. Alright. Another talisman cremation.
You're running more than 1?
Yes, for I don't know if that's right. Maybe this is too much. The list I saw, I think, was running multiple.
Ain't no way it's right.
Ain't no. All right, Tegan says ain't no way that's right. I think we die. I think this is death, right? Almost certainly.
This is a terrible.
I've seen better. I've seen better. Maybe the Steel Street reinforcements are not putting in the work. Not putting in the work here. Yeah, I think Ganty, I think you're right. I think it's Drover. Yeah, who was talking about evasive, blue evasive leap? Maybe that was actually the strat over the Steel Street. Oh boy. Oh, we could have actually blocked this. If I wasn't dumb. I kind of just assumed I was dead. Yeah, I guess I punted because I just assumed that our Synra opponent was gonna like actually have like a way to get over. I guess not. Alright, so this is a punt, I guess, on my part. I kind of wasn't expecting a 4-card hand to convert to 3 attacks. Oh wait, did they not draw a card? Oh, because we blocked chain link. Oh yeah. Okay, sorry. We did not punt. We did not punt because we blocked out chain link. Okay, this is fine. No. Okay, we're still in this. We're still in this. Okay. Sorry, I thought they flicked on Chain Link 1, which they probably should have on that hand. I don't know. Okay, we got both talisman creations, so we know. I think they're cooked because we got them both online. Evo Steel Soul Tower. Okay, it's fine. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe the second talisman is a bit redundant, but that's okay. What do we do? Did we do anything wrong this game? I feel like we just did not see our Evo stuff. I feel like this being the opening hand was also quite rough. So this, we clicked on Chain Link 1. I think we're gonna try to hold on to the sink below if we can afford it. We might not be able to, but it's probably still worth just holding back a bit. If they go 3 attack on this next Chain Link, then I want to block with this and Arsenal sink. Guilty. Snatch. Okay. This is a draconic, but it's not a ninja attack for what it's worth. So they can't empowerment this. I guess think below is just the play, right? Sink. Let's try to find something better than this. You don't play path this anyways, though. Sure. Oh, Lava Burst. Okay. Give it something to block at least. Kind of okay with this. Although still need to find a way to play out an Evo. Oh, Fabricate is away, right? So we banish an Evo from your hand if you do draw a card. But we cannot do anything on top of this, really. Oh boy. I don't want to say we're getting a little bit of rough variance here, but I think we are. So let's go ahead and banish. We don't even have an Evo permanent. I guess we'll just give things +1 block. So we banish the Steel Soul. Oh, we found our Scrap Trader though. Stink. I have the resources here still. Blocking Simulator 9000. Thank you, Amy. Yeah, I think that pretty much captures it. What do we want to do here? Yeah. Here we're just gonna try Arsenal Scrap Trader. Alright, so now I think we need to block Chain Link 4, or just hope Chain Link 4 is nothing. Oh, this is looking very suspect. Alright, so we can go to 6 here. Go to 5. We had 5 last game, but we managed to pull a win, so maybe we can do it this game. Yeah, we can do the thing again. Almost. No, our opponent's gonna Art Dragon Fire us, probably. Yep, seems pretty good. So, okay, so what did we learn in this game? We learned that if you don't have Evos out, it's pretty bad. I don't think we really had any space to play out the Evos though. It felt like we just didn't see our Evos for a while, and then we also didn't see our Scrap Traders either. Unfortunate, maybe a little bit unlucky. I found our 2 Fiddlers though. Ugh. I think we're dead. I think we're dead. Unless they somehow manage to close the chain. Fire Tenant. Yeah, we're super dead. Yeah, it is what it is. I think maybe this is just a bit of rough Teklo variance. I felt okay about the CNC on turn 1, but maybe just having the Evo is more important or something. Yeah, I think our opponent has officially got us here. I think we just sent Dagger, right? Unlucky. Hey, we did get a Synra win earlier tonight though, so I'm still riding that high. Maybe the 2 talisman is redundant. if we pair into another Synra, maybe we try the one talisman and see how that goes. But yeah, unfortunate. All right, I think I got like one more game in me. All right, let's try to get a good one. All right, clear your mind. Only Teklo victory. That's the only thing that we're gonna go for. It's just trying to figure out how to win with this deck. All right, it's Kano.
You cannot win.
I cannot win. Cool. All
Do
right,
not play that.
we move on to the next one. Can we beat a Reinar? I think we can try. Oh, it's Amy. Hello. I'll do my best. I don't know if it's gonna happen. Oh, okay, we disconnected. That's fine. That's totally fine. Gravy? Can we do a gravy? All right, let's run it back on the gravy. All right, we can do it this time. All right, Chad, I'm gonna need you to believe. All right, we're gonna run one talisman of creation for good luck. This matchup is winnable. I believe it's winnable. No cognition. We're not even gonna fatigue. All right, we're not going for fatigue. We're not gonna do anything cute. We're just gonna run the value package and then see how that goes. All right, head, chest, arms, legs. Let's do it. Terrible starting hand. That's fine though. CNC them. All right, we can do it. We can figure it out. We can beat a gravy. I've seen it be done before. All right, we're just gonna straight fatigue them. All right, 6 damage on the board. Already a what's 40 divided by 6? Like 7, or no, it's like 6 point something. We're 6 point something of the way there. All right. Okay, their hand was Tipple Chum. All right, so I guess they just like didn't block. Makes sense. I think we need to just like prioritize getting the EVOs online, right, in this matchup. So let's block with our arm piece because we got the arms in play. I've seen a lot of tricord on Talishar. I don't know what the strat is. All right, maybe just getting a Chum online, which is not the end of the world. I think we're gonna just let the Chum sit on the battlefield for a bit. Like, Chum doesn't actually represent a ton of damage. Assuming that they play it out here, which they might not be able to. Yeah, the people love the hat. All right, one fearless confrontation gone, also good. Oh, fair enough, fair enough. That's totally fair, Amy. I knew you were in chat at some point. I just didn't want to yeah, I wasn't trying to intrude on your games. My apologies. All right. So I think here we're just gonna shelter this and then re-equip. We're gonna equip the arms, pitching the 2 blues, Arsenal CNC. But yeah, fair enough. I appreciate not being stream sniped. Although I don't know how much it matters because I'm playing Teklo. Lo-fi Teklo to study and relax to. Love it, love it. Yeah, this is definitely lo-fi. All right. We got an Evo online, which is better than I think the first Gravy game. All right, so I think the thing I'm learning about these new alpha molds that I'm not used to playing with is that like you maybe kind of want to use the battle worn on it pretty early if you can, just to like preserve your life total a bit more. Do you call Mechropotent Ultron as well, or do you have a different name for it? Oh yeah, so actually this is a good segue. Tegan's favorite movie is Age of Ultron.
No, it's not. No,
Yeah, actually, yeah.
That's first off, it's Madam Web.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Tegan's favorite movie is actually Madam Web, which is also kind of ironic. All right, Chum coming in. All right, Chum.
I don't call it Ultron because it reminds me of Age of Ultron.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Let's sync this. I kind of want to sync the. Just want to sync the base sentry head. Alright, Ripple is a good draw. I think I want to try to block this Evo and like set up later. Yeah, Tegan is a bad movie connoisseur. Alright, Gary Bone. Alright, just coming in for... Oh, they just like YOLO'd it off the top. Jesus. Okay. I accept, I guess. Alright, let's see if the CNC is gonna kill this chum. I kind of have my doubts. But we did see one Fearless gone. So it might be more likely than you think, I guess. Yep, I think it's our only play. Part of me almost wants to like cut the war machines from this deck. Like, what if we just ran like E-Strike or something instead? Alright, just discarding another chum is fine. Alright, it's not too bad. Keep the board clear, stay healthy. I think we're doing better than last time for what it's worth. I am capable of learning. Alright, Sawbones, chum. Scary, scary. God, it's kind of wild how much better the pirate cards they are in Gravy than Marlin. That's so sad. I think it's like I keep saying this in like Purple Chat and I guess just on like my Marlin videos and stuff, but I think if Marlin had just a quiver to replace Crown of Dominion so you could run another headpiece, I think that would go a long way to making the pirate cards a bit better in her, because you could like you could use like the Skullbone Cross Wrap to like opt with Swell and stuff like that. But yeah, like Gravy has like Compass, right? Which is really good because like Gravy can just like look at the top, but like if Marlin also got that similar like look off the top effect, I think the pirate cards would get significantly better. Alright. How are we planning on killing the second chum is the question. So we kind of just want to block 3 here and then just like War Machine it down. They can't play out the Sawbones, at least on board. Alright. Let's try to kill it. Obviously, Fearless Confrontation is a concern, but looks like they maybe don't have it, at least based on the priority window. I don't know if there are Talish Artels, but I feel like there kind of are. Like, I feel like if your opponent doesn't have like an instant speed thing to do in their hand, like it kind of just like auto passes. I guess that's like the problem with like online clients, right? Is like it doesn't just like hold priority all the time. Teklo, let's go. Thank you, Forge, for joining in. We've won 1 game tonight, and I think our opponent rage quit. So, you know, we're doing some good Teklo things tonight. I wouldn't say that the gameplay has been incredibly tight, but we're learning, I think, and that's what's important. Okay, what does this hand want to do? Yeah, pressing space is pretty annoying. I was terrified that they played out 3 prismatic Leylands, but I think that's just how the effect is represented. Pitching of Fiddlers is fine. I kind of want to just like let this Swabby stay on the field. We'll see, I guess. Maybe we'll try to sink towards them. Oh, excuse me. Not threatening any gold. I want to just give like the chest. Or no, let's give actually the hat because we're more likely to play out a hat, I guess. I think I'm just trying to find a blue for this liquid cooled mayhem. So let's sink the Terminator tank. Yeah, that's a blue. Could also just let the Swabby live, take the damage, play out the Steel Soul Tower. Yeah, it's better than trying to kill the Swabby. They have other Sawbones in the yard. I think we can let the Swabby live as a treat. I think that's okay. How many times have you Singularity? Not once. I think we saw it once and then we blocked with it. So you know it's been a good Teklo stream. Oh god. I've been thinking about this hero a lot in terms of like, I don't know what they can actually do to make this hero good, or not even good. Just Oh, I didn't realize they had another action point. Wait, where did they get the other action point? What did I miss? Where did this limping come from? Interesting. Okay. I'm not gonna ask questions, I guess. Let's go ahead and this doesn't have go again until chain link 3. Oh, back alley, that's what it was. Oh yeah. I forgot that they had that in pitch. We also probably shouldn't have should have held on to the sync blow there. Oh, let's undo that. Hold on, sorry. Let's do Steel Soul pitch. Right, there we go. Hold on, a slightly better D-React. Yeah, good catch there, though. So we have 7 block here, plus 2 on each, so it's 4. You kind of got 11 block on board. Our opponent obviously has a lot of allies. There's the last chart that I sees too. Sea legs getting played. Sea legs getting discarded, maybe. Alright, what's the play? Alright, we're gonna start with a limpet. Makes sense. So how many EVOs do we have in the bin? We have the 1. I think we're supposed to just take the 2 here. I kind of want to try to like firewall towards an Evo and like sink into it and block or something like that. So the leveler does come in for 2, so we can kill the limpet next turn. It just doesn't have go again. I think limpet is kind of a kill priority anyways. I think a fundamental problem that decks like Teklo and I guess like Guardian have is just like the action point economy. I feel like any deck with like just like a bad action point economy tends to struggle. Oh, okay. They're not giving that go again. Is that bad for us? Maybe. Okay, so scrap trader. Oh wait, we actually have kind of a sick line, right? We can scrap trader the Evo Steel Soul, equip it. We have 2 floating. We can steal street, pitch here. So we play an Evo, we draw a random card, and then we can potentially kill the limpet off just any pitch. So I think this works, right? Unless I'm miscounting. So we can Teklo, Steel Soul, draw blue. Oh, but we don't have go again. Right. That's still fine, though. I'm gonna say that's fine. It's maybe not the worst thing in the world. So, yeah, that definitely is a board that they have, but you're not considering our board, right? Like, they have 4 allies, we have 4 armor. Like, these are basically the same. Yeah, I mean, Teklo is kind of a guardian, right? In terms of just like the play pattern kind. It's like an uninteractive guardian. It is going better than the last Gravy matchup. Maybe the practice was actually helpful. But yeah, like think about, or I guess sorry, we don't even have 4 armor. We have 3 armor plus an alpha, which is almost like 4 armor. But yeah, I feel like the eternal problem, I guess, just with like, I think this is something that they haven't fully figured out yet. Or maybe it's just like how good board state heroes are. Well, like we got a like brand new Guardian set, right? I think they're doing a little bit of a better job like addressing like the action point economy issue. Because like supposedly like the instant speed auras, right? The thing that's beneficial about those, right, is that you get to like have action point economy while still having only one action point, right? Which is really interesting. I think Lyeth kind of doesn't really have that as much, but like he kind of does with like I think he plays like some instant speed auras, at least some of the builds I've seen, right? But I feel like that's like an eternal problem. It's just like if there's a good board state hero in the game, which like most of the board state heroes are pretty good, it feels like the decks that like struggle with action points just like kind of suffer as a result, which is maybe just like a design problem they run into. But yeah, I don't know. I think they're still trying to like figure it out. And as you know, as the kids are saying, the Gravy is the most balanced illusionist, right? Okay, so what do we want to do here? So
Gravy rules.
Tegan likes Gravy a lot.
It's so much fun.
And I kind of like I like the design of Gravy. I just don't like
the play patterns are so much fun.
The play patterns I think are really cool. I guess my problem, if I had to identify a problem with Gravy, it's like how many allies and like how redundant. Like the 3 of copies of each ally is pretty rough. But I think like the deck is cool. I don't know. Alright, we're gonna take the limpet here. So we actually like leveler plus Terminator tank here. And just like try to double clear. I think we do want to start blocking with a bit of armor if we can. Yeah, Tegan's been having a lot of fun with Gravy. But you know, Tegan's a Kano player.
You draw cards.
Did Tegan like it before or after the Tipple ban?
I tried it before, but like never got all the cards together for it. So I've really only played it seriously since the Tipple ban. But like I like it a lot now.
Alright, we're gonna be taking a lot of damage here. I guess we do have some EVOs to block, so it's not that bad. Alright, so I think the priority next turn is we're going to Teklo leveler down the Limpet, and then we're going to try to Terminator tank down the Sawbones. So I think I kind of want to just start giving a bit of block here, just so we're staying at a relatively high life total. Yeah, if we are comparing the deck size, we are winning, which is I think the most important metric, right? Is Teklo broken, i.e. defective, does not work? Yes, I would probably say.
Of course he doesn't work. He's the CEO.
Yeah, yeah. Teklo's the CEO. Good point, Tegan. Good point. All right. Terminator tank down Sawbone. Actually, don't know if it's better to kill Swabby, but I think it's still right to kill Sawbones. It's because it's annoying. Defective does not work. Yeah, I think that's pretty. Okay, so I think Teklo, like the issue with Teklo, right, is he's kind of like a remnant of a different time in Fab, where the game was a lot slower, and then that changed like entirely on its head during Misfail. So Teklo's kind of stuck in this weird, like, Teklo exists in a meta where like heavy hitters heroes are good. Which like theoretically the Super Slam heroes like Teklo probably does okay into some of them, maybe. TBD on that. I need to think about that more. But like theoretically what Teklo is supposed to do, right, is he's supposed to like prey on slow decks. To be fair, they released him with no AB. That's a good point. Yeah, that is a good point. But on counterpoint to that is we've gotten, how many Teklo expansion slots have we gotten since he's been released? It's been a lot, right? I think so. Here's like an actual like issue with Fab. This is not to say like this is like anyone's like fault or anything, but I think like I actually kind of want this, right? Because we can fabricate, draw a card, scrap trader. Oh, we don't have a chest yet, though. That's still fine. I think we keep this on top anyways. So, like, the fundamental problem is they print so many heroes that are, like, complete afterthought. At least it feels like. I think I think Super Slam was a bit better about it. Maybe Tough Nut's like the closest one to an afterthought, but I think like Tough Nut's kind of interesting. Um, but it feels like there's a lot of hero bloat. But like the heroes all do very similar things or have like very similar game plans, right? Like compare, I guess, like what's a good comparison? Maybe like Tough Nut and Ira. Like you have like Kadachi's, right? And you have like Rock Swing, right? Like it's functionally kind of like the same mid-range game plan you're kind of doing between like Tough Nut and Ira. But like one of them is like better than the other, right? So like Tough Nut kind of languishes because of that. Who do you think are the afterthought heroes?
Betsy.
Betsy's a good one. Let me actually look at the roster. All right, we'll do this real quick. All right, afterthought heroes. Betsy, definitely afterthought. So it's Betsy. I think Tough Nut kind of falls in that category. Who else falls in that category?
I think Tough Nut's weird because it's like,
Not
okay,
quite.
you want to make Rock work, but like there's a reason Rock doesn't.
Olympia is an afterthought. Yeah, I feel like the heavy hitters ones are like the biggest afterthoughts, right? Who else is an afterthought? I'm gonna argue that Valda also feels like Max is a good one. Yeah, Max Teklo. It's basically that Bright Lights heavy hitter period, right? That's like where like the real afterthought I think comes from. So Scrap Trader. Oh, Scrap Trader doesn't do anything, right? So we do this, we draw, we equip. This is weird. Sorry, I'm thinking about this. Should we have fabricated? Or no, we still want to like clear an ally. I think it still makes sense. Sorry, this is getting weird. Dust Till Dawn Prism, I think is different than the heavy hitter stuff because like
Supposedly they said that she was very powerful even in testing.
yeah. I think they thought that Prism was gonna be better than she was, and then they printed like lag. I think Max, they are definitely trying, right? Like they printed the armory deck and stuff like that, but the armory deck was like bad. It was bad. I don't know. I don't know EVOs. I feel like the Scrap Trader is like not actually a good arsenal, but maybe it's fine. Go ahead, is this at 4 yet? No, sorry, this is just at 3, so we can clear the. Yeah. Sorry, I was kind of like talking too much and not thinking about the Teklo gameplay. I apologize to all the Teklo heads. Oh, we still have an action point. Oh, it has Gogan. It has Gogan. Yay. All right, but we should have blocked with this instead. Okay, that's a pun on my end. Yeah, I think we should have blocked with the base arms last turn. I just wasn't thinking. Let's not skip the arsenal. Okay. Figure it out. All right, we found our processor 2. They're all positive developments. We do need to figure out something to kill with the leveler, though, if we can help it. Yeah, the Crack Shuffle. I feel like Crack Shuffle play is not actually that good for the game. To say it lightly. I think we're just fading this, right? Get us some Scrap Trader something. Scrap Trader do. You do like this, scrap both of these, play it out, Arsenal Fate or something. Let's try this. So I think we want to scrap the chess piece ideally first, right? Yeah, I don't think they're not trying. I feel like they're okay. So like from like an LSS like game developer perception, it must be like kind of frustrating because like let's say you like print a hero, right? Or I guess in Max cases, like you print a hero, you think the design's really cool, right? And then you like keep trying to like push it, right? You got like you devote like a lot of time and energy like coming up with like new cards for Max and stuff like that. And then like the goalposts just like keep shifting because like we had like the high octane ban as well, right? Actually, that's not a bad arsenal. Let's top that. But like the problem is like they banned high octane, right? Which like also took a lot of out of Max's game plan. Probably for the better, right? Um, you've never met a Valdemane, and that makes me sad. Yeah, me too, Rob. Me too. But also like Valda also feels like a really bad afterthought. Okay, so hold on. What are we doing here? We want to play out the processor. Yeah. Okay, so we arsenal this. That's good. Okay, figured it out. All right, so we have the singularity. Need to figure out how to resolve the singularity though. But yeah, I feel like a lot of heroes are maybe better left off as not heroes. I guess it's maybe something to think about. I don't know if I quite agree with. You don't think that Valda's like an afterthought hero? I can see it. I can kind of see it. Because Anisha's like a more aggressive guardian. The problem I feel like with that is like they haven't printed a lot of like they had a whole set, right? That's fair. But the issue is like they don't incentivize being aggressive as guardian, I feel like very much. Yeah, she had like a whole set, which is true. It so the whole set thing is interesting because it feels like an aftershock, yeah, for sure. It's interesting though because I feel like in CC she feels lackluster, I guess, or like she feels like this weird like niche. She's like trying to target a meta that doesn't exist necessarily. I don't know. It's interesting because I think like they maybe did put some time into like thinking about Valda, but maybe it's just like getting overshadowed by like Gravy and stuff. Maybe that's like a possibility. I don't know. All right, Gravy coming in. Yeah, she's also like real expensive, isn't she? Um, can't have Conk here, right? I'll just block a little bit. I don't think they're gonna get greedy and hook here. Yeah, Verdance is also her issue, right? Is her Gravy matchup okay? I actually don't know.
Who, Verdance?
Or no. Valda Gravy.
I cannot imagine.
I feel like theoretically she's supposed to be like a counter to yeah, Verdance is everyone's issue, right? But like is Valda's Gravy matchup good? Valda's favored to Gravy. Okay, interesting. So maybe that's like her niche. But like the problem is I think maybe she's getting kept by Verdance. And also like Florian's still around. I don't know. Valda turbo breaks the compass. I've seen I've seen that they run the batter to a pulp, right? Maybe that's pretty good. Okay, Chum. Oh, what do we want to do here? So we CNC down the Chum. Do we care about the Chum? Maybe we actually care about Swabby more than anything. Single blocks on this. I feel like Valda doesn't necessarily like. I think Valda's design is fine. It's maybe she just suffers from the Guardian problem in general. Like maybe that's her issue. Oh, so we can actually level her. Oh yeah, we can level her down to Swabby, or at least threaten one, right? This is actually really good. Or it's good in theory, at least. Are we gonna beat a Gravy? Crazy. I didn't think it was possible. But maybe it is. I think I'm killing the Swabby just because it's more damage, right? Maybe we just want to stay healthy. Someone remind me. It enters the arena with life equal to the hero it transformed from. Okay, so we start at 17 functionally, right? The record for today. What is our record? Hold on. Let's go check it out. We are 1-4, which is not that bad considering we did get the talisman of cremation tech off, which is pretty sick. So I'm proud of that. But our opponent maybe just like rage quit. Entirely possible. Yeah, better than expected. We have a double digit win percentage. I committed more crimes to Skyrim compared to my teammate Valda. Oh my god. That sounds disgusting. Absolutely criminal. Gower on Evalda. Teklo is pretty decent and great when you start off trying to fatigue them. Leveler is so good for clearing. Yeah, I think that like I'm trying to learn the gravy matchup a little bit. I think I'm doing a better job this game at least. Discarding a sirens. All right, Humperdinck is concerning. Oh, you do have the War Machine to deal with that potentially. They just try to slam the Dink here. We do have the punish. All right, Swollen. This kind of feels like they're just gonna slam Dink afterwards, so I kind of want to preemptively block. Can't. They don't have a conch, right? Or they have one more conch in the deck, but I don't think they can play it. Maybe just give the fiddlers here. Could also give armor, but it's not entirely necessary yet. Go ahead and just block with the fiddlers, I think. You can always swing chums, so like I think we're always getting the firewall value. The Dink has arrived. Terrifying. EVOs are free life, I'd consider it here. So I think so since these are on one counter, I'm gonna so like we're not transforming this turn, right? I think I want to just like give the EVOs on the turn right before we singularity. PETA, the Dink is here. Love a good PETA. Alright, so I'm imagining their only play here is Slam Dink. Oh, they're just gonna chill. Alright, so maybe they don't have the resources to Slam Dink. They don't have any action points. This works. We can just clear the chum, or we can also just like War Machine them. You still have Fabricates left in the deck. How many Fabricates do I have? I have 2 Fabricates. Oh, that's a good point, actually. But we are getting like pretty close to transforming, and we're like relatively healthy. I don't know. Maybe that's slightly better though. Okay. What do we want to do? Yeah, so maybe we should be playing towards our fabric. I mean, we're at like a decent enough life total. I'm just gonna go ahead and clear the chum. I think there's maybe also an argument to just like War Machine them. Chum is like relatively annoying. Alright, we do have that Fabricate, so maybe Slight Punt not blocking last turn. I guess like we could have blocked on the swell like 2 points and stayed a little bit higher. So yeah, I think Zandranel, I think that's maybe the play. Alright, gravy time. Let's see what it is. I remember playing versus CYB Teklo at Armory. I'm having flashbacks to the war. Yeah, I feel you, Amy. Oh my god, CYB new was also the worst. Alright, the last conch. But no Gogan. Work with this. So, question I have is it worth going for the transform right now? Just give the full armor here and then just like fabricate. I mean, it's not bad, right? Fabricate. Put this under an Evo. We can. How many Evos do we have? Everybody see. So we have 1 here. Hard to tell. We could also just like keep setting up Evos. It depends how greedy I guess we want to get. You'd hold off on transforming. Okay, interesting. Let's try holding off on transforming then. I think we're just gonna fabricate here. So we'll get +1, put this under an Evo permanent, and just like build up our Evos since they don't have any allies on board. Let's go ahead and put this under. Yeah, I don't think it matters, right? Yeah, I think holding on. I was debating whether or not to like hold off on the transform there. I think this like kind of makes sense. I guess we also, since we're not transforming, we didn't have to give all our Evos there. I think I was just being a little bit silly on the blocks. Yeah, fatigue seems pretty doable. Maybe we don't need to like fully transform just yet. I think we'll just go ahead and play out another booty, although we do have another booty in the yard already. Oh, they are still with blood in the water pretty early. Maybe that's part of the reason why they've been kind of slower. All right, let's go ahead and power out. Yeah, I think fatigue seems somewhat viable here. They do still have that dink in the yard, and they have a sawbones, so they might be trying to set up for something. Entirely possible. Let's see if I can find a cat. Where the cat's at? Alright. We'll let them do this turn, and then I'm gonna go find a cat because I'm bored. I'm not actually that bored. I'm just in need of a cat. Alright, Salt Ore Swell. We can just tank them to death, right? They also are not putting a blue in yet, so this is fine. Watching Teklo play makes me want to do so many dumb sound effects. Yeah, I feel you. I should get like a soundboard. Be one of those streamers and get like really annoying with it. Like, what if we just had like a Bazinga sound effect when they put a Sawbones in the bin? I think maybe that would be pretty productive. I don't think we want to transform just yet. All right, opponent scooped it up. Okay, fair enough. We don't need to play it out. Hold on. I'm gonna go get a cat. Then we're gonna sign off for today. Give me 1 second. All right, cat has arrived. All right, buddy. Successful F tier Friday. We beat a Gravy. We beat a Synra. All right, we got the big cat. It's taking a nap. But yeah, if anyone wants to play this meme deck, I would advise against it. But Talisman and Cremation is a funny thing you can do to your local Syndra players. I think maybe like 1 Talisman is maybe where you want to be at. Let me go ahead and post this in chat though. I think that's the deck list. Let me double check that. All right, Talisman Animation, go for it. Go have fun griefing your fellow players. In the meantime, I'll go hang out with Philip and Tekin. But yeah, I think next Monday. Oh yeah, let me do some like stream announcements. So, few Flesh and Bad announcements. So, first things first. I don't know if I showed this before. Or yeah, let me actually show off this real quick. Wilson, I think, is under Tegan's desk right now, so I'm not going to go try to grab him.
I don't know where he is.
Okay, I don't know.
He's in his hovel, I think.
Oh, yeah, I think Wilson's in the hovel. Okay. First things first, let me open this. So, first big announcement is we're going to be doing a charity stream on November 8th. This is going to be going towards New Avenues for Youth, so it's going to help unhoused and queer youth in the Oregon area. So we're going to have a lot of guests for that. So put that on your calendar, mark it. So that's going to be a really fun stream. What else? But yeah, that's going to be really awesome. And we're also, as part of the stream, going to be doing like donation incentives. So one of the donation incentives is going to be this token. So we're actually working on a Marlin token. And yeah, if anyone, if you're like a queer content creator and you want to be a part of that stream, let me know. You just have to join the Flesh and Bad Discord. So that's going to be on November 8th. It's going to be a 24-hour stream. Yeah, let me type that in chat. So November 8th. And yeah, as part of that stream, we're also going to be doing donation incentives. And one of the things that we're currently working on with like a pro artist is going to be a Marlin token. So it's going to be like a gold token. And it's going to be basically Marlin like in streetwear with a bunch of like graffiti and stuff in the background, which is really cool. Does the person who donates the most get Philip? Depending on his behavior, yes. But yeah. So for that stream, if you donate above a certain amount, which we're still figuring out, you're going to get a Marlin token and also some other like raffle stuff, which is really cool. So yeah, that stream's going to be fun. We got a lot of folks that are going to be joining. Yeah, Amy, feel free to reach out as well. I know you're also a content creator as well, so if you want to join in on that, feel free. But yeah, this token is going to be also kind of like a part of that stream, which is going to be really awesome. And then what other stream announcements? Oh yeah, I'm also working on collecting some Marlin data for the non-Fable list, so that's gonna be Monday's video. I'm collecting some pretty good data though, just on like how much the Fables actually matter. So yeah, that's gonna be the plan for Monday's video, I think. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I was thinking of. But yeah, the main thing is the 24-hour stream. We're gonna be doing it on November 8th, and I think that's also. Hold on, let me pull this up in YouTube real quick. Give me 1 second. So yeah, the 24-hour stream is going to be on November 8th and goes to November 9th. It's going to be 24 hours. So Tegan's going to be taking, I think, 1 shift, and I'm going to be taking the like day shift, basically. And yeah, I think we're also, wanted to just call this out real quick. Give me 1 second. We're also, hold on, like add this to the other tab. All right, we are also almost at 2,000 subscribers, which is why we're going to be doing these stream in the first place. So I wanted to thank y'all for giving us the subs and stuff. It's really awesome. And yeah, super excited to be at 2K subs. And hopefully, like, once we hit to like 3K, 4K, depending on like how we do, we'll maybe try to do another one of these like charity streams at some point as well. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Probably see y'all next week. And yeah, I hope y'all have a good time. And yeah, good night and stuff.